because, you know, the thing about leadership is that if you're going to hold people accountable, you have to hold yourself accountable too. And we'll mention that just a little while ago. It's a two-way street. And whatever you do, never hold yourself more accountable than your team. Because then they'll lose faith in you, right? They'll just see you as having no confidence, that you're always making a mistake and you're always like talking about your mistakes. So don't go there. That's bad. But my old dive instructor, when I was actually training to be a dive master, and he said, you know, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is when we go out under the water and your student is hanging over the side of the boat, puking up and feeding the fish. Empathy, and you sitting there next to them and holding over yourself over the boat, or puking out your lunch and feeding the fish right along. That's sympathy, right? Empathy is walking up to that student and handing them a bucket. And I always loved that analogy. It's handing them the bucket, right? So in this case, I had made it was like a $1,900 mistake. And you're talking about a corporation of multi-millions, right? So 1,900 is a small mistake. It's a recoverable mistake. We could have written it off to loss, but nonetheless, I was able to actually get it back. But when I presented the information to my boss, what I got back in return absolutely tore trust down, because I think a lot of people, when they come to you and they say that they've made a mistake, they're coming to you very earnestly. There's a lot of fear and a lot of nerves, and it takes a lot of courage for most people to admit, especially in today's day and age, that they've made a mistake. And when you don't respond to it with empathy, and especially if it's a recoverable mistake, and you approach them and how I got approached, you're going to lose trust.